So right now I'm studying by myself at home.
Okay, okay, no issue, no issue. Actually, that's what I want to know because it will help us to understand the things and how to do the things. So that's
Yes.
why I was eager to know that what you did in your schooling. So Memuna, what we were doing?
Sir, we had to start classification of fungi.
Okay, we were about to start classification of fungi. So one of the most boring kind of the thing in your biology syllabus, but it's okay. So Muhammad
Yes, sir.
Shaimullah. So do you have any your short name?
Yes, sir.
Is there any short name of yours?
Sir, you can call me Ihtisham.
Intisham.
Yeah, Ihtisham, sir. Yes.
Okay, fine. That's great. Intisham. Right. That will be convenient for me. Okay. So
Yes, sir.
Intisham, look, we were doing, we have started with the classification system. We did classification system. And after that, we did Protista. After that, we did Monera. So there are the three things which mainly, there are three things which you have left. So do you have any idea about these things?
Sir, I basically studied in grade 9 about Protesta, Monera and stuff.
Okay, okay, okay. So in the meantime, what we can do, I'll give you snapshot what you have left actually, but don't worry. Anyhow, we'll try to fulfill that gap. Okay.
Yes.
So classification system. So you have to be a bit patient, right? So
yes.
It may be that today you won't get much more because we are studying the things elaborately, and this is your first class, and fungi is very uninteresting kind of the chapter. I'm telling you before starting. So
yes.
It's a very uninteresting kind of chapter, fungi, and it's really difficult too.
Okay.
I do agree with that. So are you also planning to give a NEET examination?
Sir, right now nothing, no plans for that. No plans for me.
Okay, okay. So classification, we did classification, and we have already done after classification we have done Monera, and we did Protista as well. Protista. And so this was the first kingdom, and this is the second kingdom, and now we are taking care of fungi, right? We are going to start with the fungi actually, right? So try to understand. Okay, if in case if you are feeling any problem, any query, feel free to ask anything, right? Yes. So Memuna, let's start with the fungi only, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So before starting fungi, I want to make you clear certain basic kind of things, right? So in fungi, you have to be very patient because it's not that much interesting and it's not that much practical kind of the things, because there are very few fungi which you have seen, like you must have seen that mushroom and bread mold. I don't know. I don't think that beyond that, any one of us see these organisms. Okay. So fungi. Let me start with something basic. Before going into the fungi, I will tell you something basic, and that will give you a basic clarity about this kingdom. So put the heading Kingdom Fungi. Okay. Rafiq, I think you was there in last class now.
Yes.
In last class? Yeah. Okay. So fine, no issue with you. So we are going to start with the fungi. Let's start with fungi. So look, be patient and try to understand what I am explaining. And in case if you are feeling problem, you will let me know.
Yes, sir.
So fungi is not made up of just simple cell kind of the things. Like previously we studied bacteria, they were made up of cells. We studied Protista, they were made up of single cell. And fungi is made up of something else. So basically what we see, generally you people have taken mushroom as a vegetable, as in pizza and the rest of the some eatable. So mushroom is a kind of fungi. They belongs to kingdom fungi. And the next one thing which you must have seen, that is bread mold. So you must have seen this filamentous structure. If you leave bread for 2 or 3 days, after 2 or 3 days, you must see these filamentous kind of thing, right? And actually, the fungi are made up of these fiber or thread-like structure or filament-like structure. Even if we talk about the mushroom looks like the button shape, but actually this is not made up of button shape thing. This is also made up of fine filament-like of thing. The only difference is that here in mushroom, this is mushroom. So here in mushroom, these filaments are very compactly arranged. That's why they look like button shape. And here in we talk about the bread mold. This is bread mold. All of must have seen these two fungi. This is bread mold. Bread mold is also made up of this filamentous kind of thing. So these filamentous structure, they make actually fungi. So we can say, like in rest of the plant or animal, like in plant, animal, or rest of the kingdom, cell is the basic unit. But here, these filaments are the basic unit. What we call these filaments? Actually, these filamentous structure are called mycelia. Mycelia, or this is plural, and or we call them mycelium. So we can conclude that the fungi are made up of filamentous or thread-like structure, and these thread or filamentous structure are called mycelium. So mycelium is a long thread; it's a network of thread, right? And a single thread of mycelium, what we call that? So this is single thread of mycelium. So this single thread of mycelium, it is made up of three things. So we call it what we call this single thread. We call it hypha. So hypha is plural, sorry, singular, and sometimes you will see hyphae. Hyphae is actually plural, so nothing difference. You call mycelia or mycelium, you call hypha or hyphae, both are the same, right? So this is mycelium. So hypha, this is mycelium, this is hypha. Hypha is made up of three things. So the uppermost part is made up of tube-like structure. This is cell wall. Here I want to bring into your notice that cell wall is not made up of cellulose. In bacteria, cell wall is made up of peptidoglycan, that is different compound. We have seen in Protista, cell wall is made up of cellulose. But here the cell wall is not made up of cellulose. Even in plant, cell wall is found and cell wall is made up of cellulose. But here a cell wall is made up of a different kind of substance. What is the name of that substance? Can you tell me? This is chitin. So in fungi, so fungi are made up of mycelia. The single thread of mycelia is called hypha, and the cell wall of hypha or hyphal wall is made up of chitin. So what actually chitin? The name of this substance is chitin. What is the composition of chitin? Chitin is a type of, like cellulose, it is also a type of complex carbohydrate. Complex carbohydrate. So carbohydrate means sugar, right? So chitin is a type of complex carbohydrate, and chitin is also known as fungal cellulose. We'll study later. And inside this hypha tube-like structure, there is gel-like substance. So this gel-like substance is called cytoplasm. Inside cytoplasm, there is nucleus. So did you got the basic structure?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Okay, so please note it down. Keep on noting down, and because I'm going to tell you much more. Rafiq, clear?
Yes, sir.
So please note it down.
Done, sir.
Great. Note it down. Okay. Now we talk about the hypha. So hypha are not all hypha like this way. Hypha are of three types. There are three types of the hypha, right? So the heading of is types of hypha. So I am telling you on the basis of evolution, like the hypha which are least evolved, then more evolved, then most evolved. So the least evolved like means those hypha which are poorly developed, this kind of the hypha. So there is a hyphal wall. This is cell wall, hyphal wall. Similarly, in every hypha, the hyphal wall is made up of only chitin. Hyphal wall, which is again made up of chitin. Inside hyphal wall, there is cytoplasm and there are number of nucleus, right? So there are number of the nucleus which are swimming in this cytoplasm. So this is nucleus, this is cytoplasm, okay? This is nucleus. And this is cytoplasm. So we can say this hypha, it is multi-nuclear because there are number of the nucleus in same tube-like structure or single cell. Multi-nuclear and single cell structure. So there is single cell. This hypha is tube-like structure like single cell, and there are multiple nucleus. So this kind of hypha we call aseptate hypha. So we call it aseptate hypha. Aseptate hypha. So in aseptate hypha, there are single cell and multiple nucleus. And this condition is called, we have a particular term for this condition. These hypha or this kind of the condition where one cell have number of nucleus, everywhere in biological world we use a term, we call it cenocytic condition. Cenocytic condition. Is it clear? Cenocytic condition? Don't
Yes,
pronounce
sir.
it conocytic. It is cenocytic condition. So in cenocytic condition, there is a single hypha where are multiple nucleus are swimming in one in a single protoplasm. Clear? Cenocytic condition. So
Yes.
this kind of the hypha are called aseptate hypha. Second. In second type of the hypha, this is again hyphal wall. And there are nucleus. But these nucleus are separated by certain dividing. So these are divisions. So there is wall between these nucleus. Nucleus cannot cross these walls. So, but there is a one thing that there is a hole between these walls. This is hole. But this hole is smaller. Protoplasm can pass from here to there, one chamber to another chamber, and but nucleus cannot cross these holes. So what we call these structure, these are called central pore. These are called central pore, right? And these wall are called septa. Septa. So these walls are called septa, and there is, this is nucleus, this is protoplasm, and there is a hole between these septa. So now there are number of the cells, but between the cells there are holes. These holes are that much bigger that nucleus cannot cross these holes, but protoplasm can cross these holes. So nucleus cannot cross these holes, but protoplasm can cross these holes, right? So these kind of the hypha are called partially septate. There is a partial division between the cells, right? So they are called partially septate hypha. So second type of the hypha are partially septate hypha, right? Now the third type of hypha. In third category of hypha, they are called septate hypha. In septate hypha, what happens? There is a tube-like structure. In this tube-like structure, there are certain compartments which completely divide two cells. There are certain compartments. In these compartments, there is a nucleus. No nuclear pore is found, right? So these are called septate hypha. And these walls, they are called septa, right? So they are septate hypha. So hypha are three types: aseptate, partially septate, and septate hypha. Aseptate hypha means this condition where multinuclear and single cell stage is found. This aseptate, or rather than we can call aseptate hypha, or also called cenocytic hypha or cenocytic condition. Now tell me, is it clear to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Great.
So, sir, the septate hypha are unicellular and uninucleate, right?
Right, this hypha is unicellular. Right, this one is multinuclear, like unicellular multinuclear. This is also unicellular uninuclear. This is also unicellular uninuclear. Right?
Sir, you told in partial septa hypha, the protoplasm or cytoplasm can pass through.
Cytoplasm, that is called protoplasm. Actually, in cell biology, we'll study, if we exclude even nucleus. So excluding nucleus, there is mitochondria, there are ribosomes. So these mitochondria, ribosomes, they can also pass through these septa holes, right? So that's
Yes.
a protoplasm can pass, right? Not
Okay.
cytoplasm.
Okay.
Because they are larger one. I will tell you one more important thing, which is the question of medical examination.
Yes.
So first, please note it down. Then I will tell you that a special type of the partially septate hypha. Done?
Yes, sir.
Look, now there is one special condition. Okay. Now I will tell you, in partially septate, there are a special kind of the hypha that is called Dolly-Pore septum, right? So what is Dolly-Pore septum? Dolly-Pore septum. This question have been asked in medical examination at least for 4 to 5 times. And still it's very important, can be asked. Dolly-Pore septum. What is Dolly-Pore septum and where it is found? Dolly-Pore septum is a special type of partially septate hypha. So Dolly-Pore septum, it's partially septate. It is found in partially septate hypha. And actually, this is found in a special class of fungi, and that is called Basidiomycetes. It is found in Basidiomycetes. What is Dolly-Pore septum? Actually, this is only a partially septate hypha, where central pore have a special kind of structure. So again, this is partially septate hypha. In partially septate hypha, this septal wall is not complete. This is partially developed, and there is a pore. But the peculiarity with the pore, this pore is not simple pore, or this hole is not simple hole. This hole is like barrel shape. So they have barrel shaped structure at their central pore. So this kind of hypha, this is called Dolly-Pore septum. So Dolly-Pore septum have, this is Dolly-Pore septum. It is barrel shaped central pore. So in Basidiomycetes, the hypha are partially septate, but the central pore is barrel shaped. And this a special type of the hypha or the septum are called Dolly-Pore septum. Is it clear?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay, so note it down. It's very important. So keep a note here. After drawing this structure, you have to make a note here. Note. Done?
Yes, sir.
So please note it down. Make a note. In Basidiomycetes, the central septal pore in Basidiomycetes, the central septal pore have barrel-shaped inflammation, the central septal pore have barrel-shaped inflation. It is also known as Dolichopore septum. It is also known as Dolichopore septum. Full stop. It is characteristic of Basidiomycetes fungi. It is characteristic of Basidiomycetes fungi. Clear? So hope it might be clear to you. So this was the basic of fungi. And before going into the classification, I will show you a diagram of a hypha or a cell of fungi, basic diagram of a cell of fungi. Right. Give me just a moment. Let me open the diagram. Fungi. Oh. Look, this is a simple fungal cell. Actually, this is yeast cell. So like the rest of the eukaryotic cell, fungi cell also look like same. So this is single fungal cell. This is fungal cell. So look like the rest of the eukaryotic substance. So look, the only difference is that with the rest of the thing, that this cell wall is made up of chitin, and chitin is also known as fungal cellulose. We call it fungal cellulose. Fungal cellulose. This is fungal cellulose, and chitin is actually made up of what? It is a type of complex carbohydrate. Complex carbohydrate. So it is complex carbohydrate. Now the plasma membrane, as usual, the plasma membrane, every eukaryotic cell plasma membrane is made up of two things. Bilayer of lipid means two layer of lipid. Bilayer of lipid, and second that thing that is made up of protein. So bilayer of lipid and protein. They have lipid inclusion like lipid droplet in the form of, they have mitochondria for energy production, endoplasmic reticulum, ribosome, like rest of the eukaryotic cell. One more important thing which is missing over here, they have one more important thing. We call it vacuoles. So for like plant, fungi also have vacuole-like structure. So we can make one more important thing. It should be like this. We have one more important thing. So these kind of the structure are found in fungi. So note it down. These structure are called vacuoles. So vacuoles are also found in vacuoles, and rest of this is cytoplasm. Take the screenshot and draw after the class. So these were the basic characteristic of fungi. Clear to all of you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Rafiq, clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. And Istisham?
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Fine. So let's start with the classification. Before starting classification, I want to tell you there is something which is missing in NCERT, and you will get this question in your medical examination. What is missing in NCERT? Actually, according to NCERT, there are only 4 classes of fungi. So in NCERT, open the NCERT and keep it with you, right, while studying, because this will give you a glimpse. Look, NCERT, the fungi has been divided in Phycomycetes, Ascomycete, Basidiomycete, and Deuteromycete. So they have mentioned 4 classes: Phycomycetes, Ascomycetes, Basidiomycetes, and Deuteromycetes. But there is one more class is missing, that is Zygomycetes. So they have not mentioned Zygomycetes over here. But Zygomycetes is a part of fungi, and we must study it. So let's start. Put the heading classification of fungi. Let me tell you. Classification of fungi. Now the fungi have been classified in 4 classes. So these are the classes of fungi. Look, these are the classes of fungi. Now what we have done, we have classified fungi in 5 classes. Look. So first, the kingdom Mycota. So it is also known as Mycota. Previously, actually, it is called Mycota. Now we use only term kingdom fungi. So kingdom fungi, it has been divided on the basis of sexual reproduction into 2 parts. Actually, there are certain fungi where either sexual reproduction is not known or it is absent in all fungi. So all those fungi in which sexual reproduction is not found, they are called fungi imperfecti or imperfect fungi. So we call them fungi imperfecti. So there is a class for fungi imperfecti, and that class is called Deuteromycetes. So all the fungi where sexual reproduction is not found, they have been kept in a single class, and this is called fungi imperfect. Now come to those fungi which have sexual reproduction as well as asexual reproduction. These fungi have been, on the basis of evolution or on the basis of development, they have been divided into 2 groups. First group is primitive fungi and second group is advanced fungi. Like, look, so these primitive fungi, they have been kept, they have been kept in Mycota, leave the thing, or Mycota. So look, the primitive fungi have been divided into 2 parts. The peculiarity with the primitive fungi, their mycelium is aseptate, means they have cenocytic condition, right? So in all these primitive fungi, cenocytic condition. So look, I have already told you that cenocytic condition previously developed. After that, partially septate fungi came, and after that, completely septate fungi came into picture. So primitive fungi have been divided into 2 classes. Phycomycetes, it is called algal fungi, and Zygomycetes, this is called conjugation fungi. So second class is Phycomycetes. Third class is Zygomycetes, which is missing in your NCERT. Again, the advanced fungi means modern fungi, they have been divided into 2 groups. Ascomycetes, they are called sac fungi, and Basidiomycetes, they are called club fungi. So there are 5 classes of fungi, right? Deuteromycetes, Phycomycetes, Zygomycetes, Ascomycetes, and Basidiomycetes. Clear? Take the screenshot, and after the class, draw or like put this type of class, this classification in your notebook. Done?
Yes.
Should we start with this one, Phycomycetes or lower fungi? Okay. So let's start with Phycomycetes or lower fungi. So put the heading Phycomycetes, right? So let's start with Phycomycetes. So the next class is class 1. Class 1, and that is Phycomycetes. and in bracket write it down. Commonly they are known as lower or algal fungi. They are called lower or algal fungi. Lower or algal fungi, right? Note it down. They have cenocytic, they have cenocytic aseptate, they have cenocytic aseptate hypha, cenocytic aseptate hypha. Hence, they are called lower fungi.
So can you repeat from aseptate?
Yeah, sure. They have cenocytic aseptate hypha. They have cenocytic aseptate hypha. Hence, they are called lower fungi. Now come to the example. Who are the member of this group? Look, Rhizopus is member of this group. Rhizopus. So what is Rhizopus? Rhizopus is example of Phycomycetes member, or Rhizopus is example of algal fungi. So what is Rhizopus? Rhizopus is commonly called bread mold. This is called bread mold. This is the fungi which make a filamentous structure on the surface of bread, rotten bread. And the next, there is one more fungi that is known as mucor. Mucor and Rhizopus, they look alike, their structure is similar, and but they are called bread mold, or this mucor. So let me tell you what is the mucor actually is. So the peculiarity with the mucor, that mucor is called dung mold because it grow on dung. This is called dung mold. So mucor is called dung mold, and Rhizopus is called what?
Bread
And
mold.
the examples which I am telling you, please keep in mind. Please always remember these examples. Never miss these examples. I will not tell even as just simple kind of example. I will tell you only on those examples which have been asked or which are the frequently asked question in medical examination. In medical examination, you will get the question like Dolipur septum, which are a specific kind of the special type of the feature, and rest of question which you will get, you must, if you will like go through the last year papers, you will 100% encounter with the number of the question which has been asked from the example of fungi. So examples of the fungi are very important. Disease caused by those fungi and name of the fungi, that is really very important part, right? So you have to keep in mind, right? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So let me show you first example of Rhizopus mucor, and there is one more example. There is a fungus which name is Phytophthora infeston. Phytophthora. I have seen this question in AIMS examination, in AFMC examination, in 5 or 6 times in this NEET examination. Number of the time this examination, this question have been asked. It's very popular. Phytophthora infeston. So Phytophthora infeston is a fungi which cause a disease in potato, and the disease is called late blight disease. What happened in late blight disease? Actually, the potato become like rotten, and the most important thing, a question have been asked that which of the following fungi is responsible for Irish famine. Actually, what happened in the year 1885? In year 1885, this disease is spread across the Ireland, and it destroyed all the potato crop across the Ireland. Due to this fungus or due to this disease, the famine is spread in Ireland. So that's why this fungi is really very important. It is famous for Irish famine. So this fungus is responsible for Irish famine because is brought a famine in Ireland in 1885. So that is next one more disease. There is one more fungi, and the name is Albigo candida. All these questions, 100% you will encounter number of the time all these questions in medical examination. So always have a question paper of previous year question paper of medical examination, and you'll see this question. Albugo candida. So one more member, that is Albigo candida. Albigo candida is responsible for a disease that is called white rust of crucifer. What are crucifer? White rust of crucifer. Can somebody tell me what is a crucifer?
Mustard.
Mustard.
Very good. Yes, mustard. So crucifer plant, you know, cruciferae is actually family, and the plant which belong to cruciferae family, they are actually the plant which belong to cruciferae family. Actually, they are this one, mustard, or reddish Rhaphinobrassica. So they belong to this cruciferae family. And yes, so these are the disease which have been caused by these fungi. Now let me show you the diagram, and then we will note it down the plant. So did you note it down?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, great. Whenever you feel difficulty in any term, you have to tell me, and never hesitate while asking any question, irrespective how much basic is it. It doesn't matter for me at least. Look, it's a bit blur diagram, but okay, it will work. It must work. Actually, this is diagram of Rhizopus, right? So give me 1 second. I'll show you much clear diagram. Rhizopus. Give me just 1 second.
Sir, can you say about Albigo candida? How it is caused, because it got locked out due to connection issue.
Sorry.
Can you say about the Albigo candida the fungi? Because I got locked out because of network issue.
Okay. Albigo candida. Albigo candida is responsible for white rust of crucifer.
Yes,
The
sir.
disease, it causes white rust of crucifer. So you know, the member of cruciferae family are like mustard or like reddish. So they are actually the member of cruciferae family, right? So
Yes, sir.
what happens? This fungi make a white kind of layer on the leaves of these plant, and it destroy actually the plant. So that's why this fungi is notorious for this disease. In white rust, what happened? White color of powdery structure is found, or white color of the spots are found on the leaves, right?
Okay. Yes, sir.
Rhizopus. So I'm going to show you diagram of Rhizopus. Actually, in case if your school in a school you get the question, so you have to actually draw the diagram of Rhizopus. Rhizopus is actually the representative member of this family, this class, in fact. It's a small diagram, but it's clear.
But sir, first term we have MCQ, right? So they won't ask for diagrams.
Okay, fine. So I need not to worry for that actually. First term is over.
No,
Yes.
sir, not yet.
Not
But-
yet.
No.
Okay. So this is actually diagram of Rhizopus. So Rhizopus is this kind of a structure, and they have rhizoids. So what are the rhizoids? Rhizoids are not root. Actually, they are functionally root. They are root-like structure. So what they do, they absorb water plus mineral, and they help in anchorage. The functionally they are root, right? But actually we cannot call them root. So they absorb water and mineral, right? These are called sporangia. This was called sporangiospore. So these are called actually spores. So this is structure of rhizopus, right? Clear? Okay.
Yes.
So take this screenshot. Then again, I will show you one more thing. One more important thing. So rhizopus is done, and I want to show you Phytophthora infeston. Actually, that's what I want to show you. Look, you need not to like note it down. You can take the screenshot, but just I want to show you what is phyto. Look, Phytophthora infeston. What happened? The leaves of potato become like this way, right? And this fungi penetrate its mycelium, its hypha between the cell, and it is a parasitic mycelium. What happened? It goes from leaves, it goes inside the tuber, and it damages the tuber, and it start reproduction. And this is the actually infected tuber of plant. Means it is of waste. You cannot use it. It is not good for human consumption. And what happens? These kind of the spore, they spread across the crop with the help of moisture or the water, and by this way they spread from one plant to another plant, and they destroy the complete crop of the potato, right? So this is
Yes.
that's how the Phytophthora infeston work. Clear?
Yes, sir.
So please note it down, the characteristic. The cell wall or hyphal wall is made up of chitin. Hyphal wall is made up of chitin or fungal cellulose. Hyphal wall is made up of chitin or fungal cellulose. Next point. Asexual reproduction takes place. Asexual reproduction takes place.
So can you repeat from the cell wall?
Yeah, sure. Hyphal wall or cell wall is made up of chitin or fungal cellulose. Hyphal wall or cell wall is made up of chitin or fungal cellulose. Next point. Asexual reproduction takes place. Asexual reproduction takes place with the help of spore, which are asexual reproduction takes place with the help of spores, which born on sporangia. Look, so I told you these are the rhizoids. So in asexual reproduction, this kind of the structure are formed, and these structure are called sporangia. Right? Mamuna, missed something?
No, sir.
No. Okay. So asexual reproduction takes place with the help of sporangia. So these club-shaped structure are sporangia, and the vertical branches of fungi which bear sporangia, they are called sporangiophore. Sporangiophore. Actually, phore term means branch. Phore. This phore means bearing. Sporangia bearing branch. Right. This is a Latin. Sporangiophore means literally means in English that is sporangia bearing branch. And what happened inside this club shape structure, there are number of these spores. At the time of favorable condition, when favorable condition comes, this sporangia is rupture, and this sporangia spore they spread. Again, when they spread, they again germinate and form again this kind of the mycelia, are called hypha or mycelia, right? So note it down. Asexual reproduction takes place with the help of sporangia, in aquatic condition. Next point. In aquatic condition, zoospore, in aquatic condition, zoospore formation takes place. In aquatic condition, zoospore formation takes place. Look, what are the zoospore? This is the structure. Inside this structure, zoospores are born. Zoospores are motile structure. Actually, they have flagella. So these kind of structure are called zoospore. They are zoospore. So they have flagella, right? So they have flagella-like structure. They come out of sporangia, and they like swim in the water, and they settle down and they make new mycelia. So asexual reproduction takes place with the help of two things. First, sporangia means sporangiospore, right? And second, zoospore. So zoospores are found in aquatic condition. When fungi is found in terrestrial condition, means land, then the reproduction takes place with the help of sporangiospores. So these spores which born on sporangia are called sporangiospore. Clear? So draw the diagram of both sporangiospore and zoospore. That is important. After doing it, let me know.
Done, sir.
Great. Next one. So this is the asexual reproduction, right? Okay. Now I am going to remove this diagram. So we discussed that asexual reproduction takes place with the help of sporangiospore and then zoospore. And zoospore are motile, right? Now the sexual reproduction, next point, sexual reproduction takes place by gametangial contact. By gametangial contact. Now, what is the gametangial contact? Let me know what is gametangial. In gametangial contact, what happens? Suppose that this is a hypha. This is a general horizontal hypha, genocytic hypha. What will happen in the same hypha? A female formation of a female structure will take place. So this is female branch, and after some time on this female branch, this kind of a structure will develop on the female branch, and the structure which is developed on this female branch, this is called oogonium. So this is female structure, and this female structure is called oogonium. So formation of oogonium will take place, and in the same place, what will happen? A male structure will be formed. Now this is the male structure. This male structure will be like this kind of structure. So male reproductive structure. This is male reproductive structure. This male reproductive structure is called antheridium. This is called antheridium. what will happen after some time? This antheridium, it puncture this female oogonium and passes its nucleus inside the oogonium. That's how the sexual reproduction takes place, and this is called uh, contact tube, contact bridge. Clear? Did you got my point? Gametangial contact.
Yes, sir.
Okay, note it down. So sexual. Note down this diagram.
Sir, what's it? Contact use.
Yeah, gametangial contact. Oh, contact tube. Contact tube. We call it contact tube or contact bridge. Note it down.
Yes, sir. Done.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so put a point. Now, what is the question? What the question you will get in your medical examination? So put a star. In gametangial contact, gametes are non-motile. In gametangial contact, gametes are non-motile. So this is all for what phycomycetes, right? So in phycomycetes, what you have to keep in mind, sexual reproduction, very important. Now, and the name of these 4 fungi, like they cause the fungi and the disease caused by them. You have to keep in mind. Clear? All clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now come to the second class. Put the heading of second class. Now the class 2. So class 1 was phycomycetes, which is generally called algal fungi or lower fungi. Now the second class is class 2 is zygomycetes. Zygomycetes is called club fungi or conjugation fungi. Actually, reproduction takes place with the help of conjugation process. That's why they are called conjugation fungi. So they are known as conjugation fungi. So note it down. Okay, look, one more important point, which we missed in previous class. Put in previous class, phycomycetes. Note it down. Most of the member are parasites. That is missing. Last phycomycetes. Most of the member are parasites. Right. Again, come to zygomycetes. The mycelium is cenocytic. Mycelium is cenocytic. That is multinucleate and aseptic. Mycelium is cenocytic. That is multinucleate, aseptic. Next one. They are terrestrial fungi means mostly they are found on land. They are terrestrial fungi, and most of them are saprophytic. Most of them are saprophytic and rarely parasitic. And rarely parasitic. Look, now let's discuss the just a minute. Zygomas. Do one thing. These two examples, they belongs to Zygomastes actually. Look, these two examples belongs to Phycomastes. There is a bit mistake. I'm sorry for that. This one, just a minute. Hold on. Actually, the NCERT have must both of them, but we are separating them. These two are different. There's very similarity. There most of the things are similar in Zygo and Phycomastes and Zygomastes. This Rhizopus and Mucor cut down here, and they actually belong to Zygomastes, and they belongs to Phycomastes, and both of them are called lower fungi. Lower fungi. Take this screenshot and write it down like this way. Rhizopus and Mucor, they belongs to Zygomastes, or make the note over there only, wherever you have written down. Rhizopus and Mucor, they belongs to Zygomastes. Phytophthora and Albigo, they belongs to Phycomastes. And both of them, like Zygo and Phyco, they are called lower fungi. They have similar kind of cenocytic aseptate mycelium. They have similar kind of the cell wall. Almost the structure is similar. The only difference is their reproduction process. Right. So come to again.
Yes.
Clear? Is it clear or still
Yes, sir.
confusion? No confusion, huh?
Yes, sir. No confusion.
Okay. Mamuna, clear?
Yes, sir. Clear.
Okay, fine. Rafiq, is it clear?
Yes, sir, clear.
Okay. So actually, in your NCERT, you will study only what? Lower fungi. So in lower fungi, they have incorporated both Zygo and Phycomastes. But actually, the classification is like that. Lower fungi have been divided in two parts: Zygomastes and Phycomastes. In Phycomastes, we study Phytophthora infestan and Albigo. In Zygomastes, we study Rhizopus and Mucor. Both have similar kind of cenocytic aseptate mycelium. Cell wall is made up of, in both cell wall is made up of same kind, that is chitin, but the difference is only that in sexual reproduction. So in Phytophthora infestan or Albigo, like Phycomastes, we study the sexual reproduction takes place with the help of gametangial contact, and asexual reproduction takes place with the help of zoospore or conidiospore. Now come to the Zygomastes. In Zygomastes, so the example we have already written down, note it down. It's a question. Make a start. Motile cell like zoospores are absent. Motile cell like zoospore are absent in Zygomastes. Next point. Sexual reproduction takes place. Sexual reproduction takes place by the process of sexual reproduction takes place by the process of gametangial copulation, gametangial copulation or conjugation. This is called conjugation or conjugation. Because of this, zygomastase, because of this, zygomastase is called, because of this, zygomastase is called conjugation fungi. Now, what is gametangial copulation or conjugation? Let me make you clear, because this is the only difference between zygomastase and phygomastase. What happens? Suppose that this is a mycelium, this is one mycelium, and this is another mycelium. So there are two different mycelium or hypha. You can call this is plus hypha and this is minus hypha. Means there are two different hypha. What will happen after maturity? From these two hypha, a certain structures are start bulging out parallelly. So this kind of the structure will bulge out from these hypha. So these structure will start bulging out. Now the process of sexual reproduction starts like this way. So this cenocytic hypha, they will start this bulging out, right? After bulging out, they will form a sexual spore called gametangia. They will form a sexual spore called gametangia. So this is a sexual spore. They are called gametangia. And this process of sexual reproduction is called gametangial copulation, or they are called conjugation. We call this conjugation. And this kind of the fungi is called conjugation fungi. Further, they will fuse and form zygospore. Note it down. Okay, so I have my first analogy prepared to exam. Note it down.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Fine. So next point. Mamuna? Okay, just okay. Mamuna, do one thing. While summing up class, like while finishing class, after the 5 minutes, you have to stay for last 5 minutes, right? We'll discuss on this, right?
Okay, sir.
We'll discuss on that. Definitely, I will try to help you, right? So, next point. The gametes. Okay, so my question is that what I can call these gametes? What can I call these gametes? They are unicellular and multinucleate. Tell me. What should I call them? Mr. Sham, what can I call them?
Sir, can you repeat the question?
Look, these gametes are when hypha is multinucleate and unicellular, we call it xenocytic.
Yes, sir.
Here is the situation where gametes are unicellular and multinucleate. What can I use the term for these gametes? Rafiq?
So,
Can't I say them a xenogamete?
yeah, xenogame.
Yeah, they are called xenogamete. Note it down, please. The gametes are multinucleate and unicellular. The gametes are multinucleate and unicellular. Hence, they are called xenogamete. Underline it. This is the question for your medical exam. Hence, they are called xenogamete. Next one. After fertilization, they form zygospore, which gives rise new fungi. And the example we have already discussed, Rhizopus and Mucor.
Sir, can you repeat? After fertilization, they form?
After fertilization, they form zygospore, which gives rise new mycelium. So clear? Zygomycetes is clear? 100% clear?
Yes, sir.
Great. Come to the next class. So the next class of the fungi, as we have discussed previously, this is Ascomycetes, right? So put the heading class 3rd. That is Ascomycetes. So Ascomycetes, now they are higher fungi, right? So definitely they will have septate mycelium, right? Note it down. The mycelium is septate. The mycelium is septate and yeast is yeast. Yeast, you know, yeast bread that is used for fermentation. Yeast is the only, this question I have been asked in medical exam. Yeast is only the unicellular fungi. Unicellular fungi. Next one. Hypha contain a central pore. Hypha contain means partially septate. Hypha contain a central pore called septal pore. Hypha contain a central pore called septal pore. Next one. Cell wall is made up of chitin or fungal cellulose. Cell wall is made up of chitin or fungal cellulose. Now, let me tell you the example of ascomycetes. Actually, they are known as pigmented mold. So they are of different color. That's why they are also called pigmented mold. Now I'm going to show you diagram of the member of ascomycetes. So let me show you. This is diagram of ascomycetes fungi. So they are also known as sac fungi because they have sac-like structure. So this is a diagram of Morchella. It's a diagram of fungi, and the name of the fungi is called Morchella. Have you listened the name of called Morel? Gucci, have you listened the name of Gucci? Not Gucci, Gucci. Listen about it or not?
I've heard of the company, the brand.
It's not about that brand. That's why I have already told. I'm talking about the Gucci. We call it Gucci. Actually, that's the pronunciation.
Yes.
This is mainly basically this fungi. It's a type of mushroom, and this mushroom in like Himachal state of India. So in Himachal, this fungi cannot be grown naturally. Artificially. This cannot be grown artificially. Actually, it grows in hills naturally. This is the costliest fungi of the world. This is the costliest, rather than you can say this is the costliest food of the world. The cost of this fungi in India is 30,000 per kg. That is the cost of this mushroom. And in foreign, like out of the India, it will be more than 1 lakh rupees per kg. So that is the cost of this fungi. And this is the most nutritious fungi of the world, right? We call it Gucci. So Gucci is the member of this this class, Ascomycetes. Again, let me show you one more fungi, and that is the Penicillium. So Penicillium is the fungi from where Penicillium. Let me show you the Penicillium. Penicillium notatum. What is peculiarity about the Penicillium? Mamuna? Penicillium. Listen the name of that fungi.
Yes, sir, I heard it, but I don't.
You know, Penicillium is that fungi. I want to make you recall. You all must have studied about it, or you all must have at least heard about this. Penicillium notatum is that fungi from where we have extracted a medicine called penicillin. So penicillin injections, they have been extracted from this fungi, Penicillium notatum. So Penicillium notatum belongs to this this group only. Let me show you diagram of Penicillium. Penicillium notatum. Where is that? Yes, it's there. Okay, yes. This is the diagram of penicillium. Yes, there. Yes, this is penicillium notatum. Right. This is penicillium. So, what is with the penicillium? That penicillium, they have these kind of the structure. These structure are called conidium, and they are called these are the mycelia. This is hypha, and these structure which bear spore, conidiospore. So they have a special kind of the spore. They are called conidium, or we also call them conidiospore. Conidiospore, right? So they are called conidiospore, and on the structure where conidiospore bond, they are called filidae, and these are the branches. Conidiophore means conidia bearing branches. These are the hypha, and these are the mycelium. So this is the structure of what? Penicillium. Let me write down penicillium. Penicillium, and you know the name of the fungus Penicillium notatum. Penicillium. Keep in mind, Penicillium notatum. Oh, sorry, notatum. From where we extract a medicine called penicillin. Penicillin is a medicine which work against large number of the bacteria. So this is the first antibiotic medicine of the world. So Alexander Fleming, he discovered penicillin from a fungi called Penicillium notatum. Clear?
Yes, sir.
So now note it down, the characteristic of this fungi, general characteristic. Next one. The motile structure is not found, motile structure is not found in life. Next one.
The motor structure is not finding.
Not found. In majority of structure, majority of fungi, motile structure are not found in life cycle. Motile structure are not found in life cycle. Next point. In majority of Ascomycetes, the common mode of asexual reproduction in majority of Ascomycetes, the common mode of asexual reproduction is through conidia. Is this one? Is through conidia. Full stop. These spore born externally. These spore born externally on conidiophore.
So these spores are born externally
On conidiophore. This one, conidiophore. Next point. Sexual reproduction takes place through gametangial contact. We have studies in Phycomycetes, right? Remember?
Yes, sir.
Gametangial contact. Right. Sexual reproduction takes place through gametangial contact. Next point. After the sexual reproduction, formation of a special type of formation of a special type of spore takes place called ascospore. So before going inside in this point, I would like to explain about this point. Look, what happens when sexual reproduction takes place? Two nucleus fuses. This is dichorion, diploid nucleus form. After that, what happened? Meiosis takes place. Remember meiosis, reduction division. So this is diploid. From here, the 4 haploid cells are formed. Again, division takes place called mitosis. Again, from 4 to 8 ascospores are produced. So this sac-like structure is called ascus, and these spores are called ascospore. So in NEET, you will get the question that how many ascospores are formed inside a ascus. So the answer will be 8. So generally, 8 ascospores are produced inside in ascus. Clear?
Yes,
Take
sir.
this screenshot. So that's why we call this fungi ascomycetes, right? Note it down. Ascus is a sac-like structure. Ascus is a sac-like structure which bear 4 to 8. Either there will be 4 or there will be 8, and mostly there will be 8, which bear 4 to 8 haploid ascospore. Full stop. This is the characteristic feature of ascomycetes. This is the characteristic feature of ascomycetes. Example. So example, the first example is yeast. Yeast is used in baking industry and brewery
Sir, can you
industry.
say what was after 4 to 8? Ascus is a sac-like structure which bears 4 to 8.
4 to 8 ascospore. 4 to 8, this one, ascospore.
Okay, sir.
And this is the characteristic feature of ascomycetes.
Yes.
Right. So yeast, that is called, it is used in baking industry. We use yeast in dough making, right? And the second one is aspergillus. Aspergillus look like this one, penicillium, and it is used in alcohol formation.
So it's US or AS?
Sorry, aspergillus.
US or AS?
US. Aspergillus. And the next one is penicillium. Penicillium is used in extracting penicillin, we have studied. So these are the actual example of ascomycetes. Done.
Yes, sir.
Clear to all of you? Ascomystes?
Sir.
Okay, great. Now come to the next one, next class, that is Basidiomystes. This is the most popular fungi, Basidiomystes. So class 4. Basidiomystes. This is called club fungi. The club fungi, right? So look, note it down the first one. The Basidiomystes have large and conspicuous fruitification. Large and conspicuous fruitification. So before going into the this fungi, let me show you the member of this fungi. Actually, the member of this fungi is mushroom. So mushroom belongs to this class one. So I'm going to show you the life cycle of Agaricus compastris. Agaricus compastris mushroom. Look. Actually, this is the member of Basidiomystes. This is Agaricus comprastris. So popularly, we call it mushroom. Not appropriate for you, this diagram. I will show you a different diagram. That is better one. First, I will show you the diagram of this mushroom. So first, take the screenshot of this one. Then I will show you the life cycle of mushroom. Look, this is the mushroom, and the name of this mushroom is called Agaricus compastris. Agaricus compastris. So Agaricus comprastris is actually the mushroom or button mushroom, what we eat. The upper part is called cap. This part is called gill. Gills are actually not meant for respiration here, like animals. Gills are actually their reproductive body. Reproductive body. So in these gills, formation of these spores takes place. And actually, the name of the class is Basidiomystes. Actually, these spores are basidiospores. Right. Look, I have already told you that this is made up of hypha. It does not look like us that is made of hypha. Actually, this is made up of compact hypha. And these are underground hypha, which help in absorbing substances. So take the screenshot. Then I will show you the life cycle of this Agaricus compastris. Diagram clear?
Yes.
Okay. So now I am going to show you the life cycle of mushroom. Yes. Look, this is the actually a mushroom. What happens? This is upper part pilus. This is the actually, you know, when you bring the mushroom at your home, you bring at this stage, button stage. So after, if you must have seen, if you put this mushroom for 2 or 3 days, even in refrigerator, you will find this, they will become like this one. So this part, this membrane gets broken down, and this broken down is called veil, right? So veil broken down, gills open, and inside the gill, formation of this kind of structure takes place. These structures are called basidium, and these spores are called basidiospore. Basidiospore. These basidiospore fell down on the ground. When basidiospore fell down on the ground, formation of again button takes place, and button stage again develop, and again this life cycle goes on. Clear?
Yes, sir.
So this part is called basidium, and on basidium, every basidium, there are 4 basidiospores are produced, and between these basidium, there are some sterile hypha. They are called paraphyses. So these paraphyses are sterile hypha. Take this screenshot of this one. So example is mushroom, right? One more very important example after that phytophthora first on, right? So again, there is a disease causing fungi which belongs to this class, Basidiomycetes, and it causes black rust of wheat. The name is that Puccinia graminis. There is fungi, Puccinia graminis. What happened? This fungi causes, it belongs to Basidiomycetes, is causes black rust of wheat. The name of disease is black rust of wheat. What happened? You will see a proper plant of wheat, but whenever you will try to crush the grain of wheat, it will become complete black from inside, and that's why it is called black rust of wheat, right? Again, there is one more disease, one more fungi, which is parasitic. The name of that fungi is Astilogomyides. You will see these question number of the time asked in NEET examination. Astilogomyides. Astilogomyides causes a disease, and the name of disease is smut of corn. Smut of corn. And again, the first example, Puccinia graminis, second Astilogomyides, and third one is mushroom, Agaricus comparatus. Agaricus comparatus.
Astilogomyides is called smut of corn.
Smut of corn. Smut of corn.
Smut
It
of.
destroy the corn granules.
Ah, okay, sir.
Sometime you will find directly which of the following is responsible for smut of corn, which of the following disease is caused by Astilogomyides. Sometime you will find these questions in the form of match the following. In one side there will be black rust, white rust, and smut, and vagara vagara, right? So you will find this kind of the question in your medical exam frequently asked question. Okay, note it down.
Yes, sir.
Fine. So note it down the characteristic. Look, Basidiomycetes are the best decomposer of wood because bacteria do not have capability to decompose this one wood, but Basidiomycetes are the only fungi or the only decomposer which have capability to decompose wood. They are the only fungi, one and all, single. Note down. Basidiomycetes are the best decomposer of the world. Basidiomycetes are the best decomposer of the world because They have capability because they have capability to decompose wood, because they have capability to decompose wood. Next point. Motile structure or cells, motile structures or cells are absent in motile structure or cells are absent in life cycle. Next point. Now, let me show you, first note it down, then I will show you the sexual reproduction. The sexual reproduction does not involve sex organ. Sexual reproduction does not involve sex organ. Rather, it takes place by the fusion of hypha, by the fusion of hypha. Look, this is the diagram which is explaining the sexual reproduction. What happens? These basidiospore fell down, they make hypha. These hypha fuses, and this is called a sexual reproduction. Then first, these are called primary hypha. Let me write it down. Look, these are called, this one, they are called primary hypha. Primary hypha. They are called primary hypha. And after the fusion of primary hypha, every hypha have two nucleus. So this is dikaryotic stage. This is called secondary hypha. So what happened? Plasmogamy takes in place, but karyogamy do not take place. What does it mean by plasmogamy? Means their protoplasm fused, but nucleus did not fuse. So what happened here? The plasmogamy taken place, but not karyogamy. So fusion of hypha takes place. This is called actually sexual reproduction. So here formation of sex organ do not take place. Two hypha fuses and their protoplasm fuses, but nucleus do not fuses. So primary hypha fuses and they form a secondary hypha. Primary hypha have one nucleus in one hypha, but secondary hypha have two nucleus in one cell, means dikaryotic stage. After that, what happens? These nucleus fuses, and after the fusion, they again form basidiospore, and these basidiospore again form. Clear? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So note it down. Sexual reproduction does not involve sex organ. Full stop. Fusion of hypha takes place. Full stop. Primary hypha fuses to form primary hypha fuses to form secondary hypha. Full stop. Every secondary hypha have dikaryotic nucleus. Every secondary hypha have dikaryotic nucleus. Full stop. These secondary hypha fuses and form basidiospore.
Sir, can you just repeat again? These secondary hypha.
This secondary hypha fuses.
This.
The secondary hypha fuses. Look, note it down like this way. In these secondary hypha, nucleus fuses. In these secondary hypha, nucleus fuses to form
Nucleus fuses.
basidiospore. Next point. Hypha have a special type of central pore. Hypha have a special type of central pore called Dolichopore septum. We have already discussed that. Hypha have a special kind of pore called Dolichopore septum. Next point. Every basidium bear, that is important. Every basidium bear externally 4 spore. So Eschus bear 8 Eschus spore, basidium bear 4 basidium spore. Clear?
Every basidium bear externally.
4 basidiospore. Clear?
Yes, sir.
So this was all about the basidiomycetes. Last but not the least, deuteromycetes. And then we will be done with the fungi. So the last class, that is the fifth class. Class 5. And that is deuteromycetes. Please note down. Some of the scientists says that deuteromycetes is not a class. Actually, they says that the member of this class are actually belongs to Ascomycetes. But those Ascomycetes fungi which do not have a sexual reproduction or do not sexual reproduction have not been reported to them, they have been artificially grouped in this class deuteromycetes, right? So some of the scientists say that actually they are Ascomycetes and they do not have sexual reproduction. But scientists have kept them in a separate class called deuteromycetes, right? Note it down. Deuteromycetes is artificial class of fungi. Deuteromycetes is artificial class of fungi which has been created to include all those fungi where sexual reproduction is absent. Next one. Mycelium are usually septate. Next one.
Can you repeat again? Mycelium.
Mycelium are usually septate. Next point. Asexual reproduction occurs through conidia. Asexual reproduction occurs through conidia. Even
The
in
spelling
some of asexual reproduction
occurs through.
occurs through conidia. We have studied conidia.
Yeah,
Conidiophore.
yes, sir.
Yeah. So asexual reproduction occurs through conidia, and even some of the member, and even in some of the member, asexual reproduction is absent. Even in some of the member, asexual reproduction is absent. So look, example are, again, you have to keep in mind, there is a disease called red rot. Red rot disease causes sugarcane. Sugarcane. If you will chew this sugarcane, you will find there is a red blood-like spots over there inside the stem, at sugarcane stem. So that disease is called actually red rot sugarcane. So that disease is called red rot of sugarcane. Red rot of sugarcane is caused by Colletotrichum fulcatum. Colletotrichum. The fungi which cause this disease, the name of this fungi is Colletotrichum. Colletotrichum fulcatum. Again, a disease called brown spot of rice. Actually, in rice, the leaves become brown spotted. This disease is caused by Helminthosporium. Helminthosporium. Again, there is disease early blight of potato. Early blight of potato. This disease is caused by Alternaria solani. Alternaria solani. These are, and one more disease, tick disease. Tick disease takes place and by Cercospora. I repeat again, all disease which I have written on whiteboard, and I have told you, go to the previous year question papers, last 15 year or 20 year back question paper. You will find number of the time these questions. So always cram these disease and the disease which is caused by these fungi, because they are the frequently asked question in your medical examination, right? So this is all about your fungi class. We completed the fungi today. Now tell me, have a glance on whatever we have studied and let me know if you are facing any problem or if you have any confusion on that. Tell me. All of you. Istishan, did you got each and every point whatever we have discussed today?
Yes, sir.
Excellent. Mamuna,
Yes, sir.
any problem? Any doubt?
No, sir. No.
Okay. Rafiq,
Sir.
all clear?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay.
Clear, sir.
Still, I would like to say you after the class, like revise all this concept. And in case if you are facing any problem, so ask me in next class, right? Now tell me the Mamuna. Can you give me a like hint about your syllabus so that I could help you?
Yes, sir.
So what is the syllabus?
Chapter number, I have chapters number 1, 2, 4, 8, 3, 5, 7, 9. And the full chapters
1, 2, 4, 8,
3, 5, 7, 9.
7, 9. Okay.
Now here, full chapters which I have is for 1, 2, 4, 8. These are the full chapters coming.
1, 2, 4, and 8.
Yes. And in chapter 3, we have only up till 3.5.
Okay. So
And
fine. So you want MCQ from these chapters, right?
yes, sir.
Fine. So what I will do, I will ask Niskas ji. He have some bundle of questions, like some set of questions. Generally, we make tests. Generally, I suggest them questions. I pick out the questions, important questions, good questions, and I give to him. So if he had he has these questions, definitely he will have. So I will ask him to give you this question, right?
Okay, sir.
And still, if you are
actually-
facing any problem, right, Yamuna, still if you
Yeah.
are facing any problem, any doubt, so you can contact to Niskar ji. We can discuss sometime like out of this class as well, right? As some extra class, right?
Yes, sir.
If you want, you can take doubt class, right? No issue.
Yes, sir. Sir, actually, what I feel is in school, what the paper they make is somewhat, some questions are really different. Like when I study, when I read the textbook and I try to solve MCQ from the Google, I find them easy. But when I do it in the exam hall, I find some are really different. Like I don't find them in textbook. I don't know how is that possible.
Can you show me some of the questions, some example of the questions, so that I'll be able to find out from where they are asking these questions. I will definitely tell you from where they are asking these questions.
Okay, so just give me a minute. I'll get the question paper.
Yeah, sure.
Yes, sir. I had a unit test for 20 marks for the chapter, the cell unit and life. There's a chapter, right?
Right.
In that I had. So there was a question. Celia shows dash array of microtubules.
Okay,
That
okay.
was fine.
I got it.
And
Do you have access of that book, MTZ, fingertip?
no, sir.
No. MTZ. Is it available over there? Can you get it from the market?
Here I don't have idea for that, but I think I can try.
Okay, fine. So actually, this kind of the question you will get in MTG fingertip. It's not a difficult question. It's a very easy question, right? So this question, actually, this question they are asking from the helping book. They are not asking from the NCERT. Look, I will show you the what they have asked to you. Give me just 1 second. Cell biology. Where is cell biology? Right, cell biology. Cilia. Look, Ramana. If you will study all these concepts with our class, it will be very cakewalk for you. They are asking this question. Actually, this is the structure of flagella. Flagella originate from a root that is called kinetosome, kinetochore, or basal body. All are similar terms. Flagella is made up of a special kind of the protein. We call that flagellin protein. Inside the flagella, these are pipe-like structure, spoke-like structure. Right? Look, they are called microtubules. So the number of microtubules is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So there will be 9 plus 2. That is the arrangement. That's what they are asking. Clear?
Okay, sir.
So this is actually this. That's what we will discuss in our cell biology. in detail, right? So actually they are asking question they are not asking question from NCERT. They are asking question from the helping book, and the book which I have told you, that is MTG Fingertip. In case if it is not available in your market, you can do one thing: you can take the PDF or purchase the PDF from the market. Even you can take a guidance from Niskarsh, is a coordinator. So from Niskarsh, you can discuss. He'll tell you that take the MTG Fingertip. If you will study MTG Fingertip, all these kind of the question, these exams will become cakewalk for you. It's very good book,
Okay, sir.
right? And still, if you are facing problem, you can discuss with me, right?
Yes, sir. Sure.
So I'll ask Niskarji to like share all these like the questions from the chapter which are coming in your examination, right? So
Okay,
that-
sir.
fine. And in case if you are facing problem, contact to Niskarji, take some time extra class, right? And we'll solve that. Clear?
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Welcome. And Shoaib, any problem?
No, sir.
Okay, fine. In case if you are facing in both of for both of you, in even Itsham, if
Yes, sir.
both of you even facing any problem, contact to us, right? We'll solve that, right?
Yes, sir. Sure.
Fine. So see you guys. Bye bye. Take care. Good night. See you next class.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you,
Same
sir.
to you, sir. Bye, sir.
Welcome. Bye bye.
Thank you, sir.